if you're thinking about a Ponzi or pyramid type scheme, you better think again. This morning, inside your spotlight, we're going to tell you why you shouldn't be doing that. Kimberly has your spotlight on now.
Now, it is now illegal to establish, operate, advertise, or participate in Ponzi and pyramid-type schemes. If a person is convicted, they can be fined $10 million or up to 10 years imprisonment. The change comes following certain amendments to the Securities Act Chapter 8302. And with me this morning is Manager of Corporate Communications at the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, Ms. Ellen Lewis. Ellen, good morning.
Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning to your viewers.
Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, we would have been reminded of Ponzi schemes and pyramid schemes, you know, a few like last year. But I mean, we had some changes to the Security Chapters Act, and I wanted to know, what are those prohibited schemes? Is it just pyramid and Ponzi schemes?
Well, the law specifically seeks to address or to capture instances where persons are offering to the public what we call these pyramid and Ponzi time schemes. What the law is saying that anything, a prohibited scheme means a business structure in such a way that it seeks to attract persons to make contributions, and it is based primarily on that.
Yeah.
And if it is that you engage or invited to participate in a scheme of that nature, we are saying it is illegal and you ought not to participate.
Yeah. Now, I know some people have argued that the traditional Susu is not similar to the pyramid or Ponzi scheme. Does the Susu fall under this prohibited scheme?
What's the argument? It is a fact.
Yes.
It does not seek to take away the opportunity provided to persons over the years who have this traditional means of savings, which is called Susu. Let me distinguish between a Susu and a pyramid scheme. A Susu is based on persons who come together, trusted individuals, to save money, and it is based on what you contribute or put into this Susu or arrangement. It is not based on how many persons you bring in to increase your savings into this particular arrangement. The Ponzi and pyramid scheme is based primarily on persons that you bring in. If you fail to bring in persons, you do not benefit. It's based on a hierarchical system. So the earlier you come into the scheme, the more you benefit. The later you come into the scheme, you suffer. You're likely to suffer a tremendous loss because the scheme will eventually collapse. So on the other hand, there's no interest. There's no burden for you to bring in other individuals.
Or even to reinvest, because I know that with the pyramid and Ponzi scheme, you have to reinvest a portion of what you would have received.
There is no reinvestment.
Yes.
I put in $100, I get back $100. I might pay $10 to the house
Yes.
to hold this money
Yes,
for me,
yes.
but it's primarily and solely based on what I contribute.
Right.
There is no reliance or dependence on anyone else. And as I said, it is like formed in families, professional organizations, professional groups, individuals. We trust each other. We want to save out every banking system, and we arrange to meet and say to contribute $100 a week, and you're paid back based on what you contribute.
And just to confirm again, the Susu does not fall under this act. People can have their Susu.
Let me confirm.
Yes.
Right? Because I know that all of us, at some point in our lives, will take part in a Susu. And it's a valid form of saving.
Yeah.
And we want to ensure those traditions are maintained. What the law is seeking to target specifically are these, what we call, they are effectively scams. This is where you are lured into an arrangement where you're perhaps invited to what do you call these multi-level marketing arrangements, or effectively, again, these are Ponzi-type schemes, where you're invited to purchase a financial product or financial training to gain entry, where you ask to bring in new individuals to join the scheme, where it is based, earnings are based solely on the person that you bring into the scheme. And we are saying those things are now prohibited under the law. And that is 165A of the Securities Act.
Right. And then, so how can the public guard themselves against these investment scams? Because, I mean, you know how it comes, right? A friend calls you, hey, I have an opportunity for you to make some money. And so how do you protect yourself against this?
And that's important. It is the friends that come to us and say to us, you know, I'm making big money off of this particular scheme. You know, I trust it, I made some money, I want you to invest in it. Now, your first reference point ought to be the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. That is where you would find all companies and individuals who are registered to trade or to engage in the securities market. If you don't see a Kimberly Susu's name on the listing, she's not authorized to trade.
She shouldn't be inviting you for any investment opportunities.
She ought not to be. And we also have a specific website dedicated to educating persons on how to invest, the do's and the don'ts, what to look for, all the major red flags or signals. And so therefore, the first point of reference, it should be to the TTSEC. Go to our website. look at what we have. We have a website, investigatetT.com, where it teaches you all the stages of the investment journey. And so, you know, we encourage you to do that. And again, ask questions. If it is they're offering you fantastic returns, you know, something is suspicious. You know, what is the investment? What am I being encouraged to invest in? There's nothing to invest in, really. And so therefore, you have to use your judgment. Be discerning, be critical, question what you're being told, and make the right decision. And again, how much are you willing to invest? Where are you in the investment journey? And these are critical questions. But there is no scheme that can say to you, invest $100 today and get $1,000 tomorrow. That is simply impossible, unrealistic.
Now, if you do suspect somebody of these type of schemes, do you report it?
Well, you should, because one, it's not a crime. And so it makes it easier for us as the TTSCC to go after and treat with persons who purport and offer these things to the public. Because remember, this we are in what we call a peak period, where persons are trying as best they can to increase purchasing and do improvements to their home. Maybe we want to purchase a car, buy a gift for their families, shop, improve. As I said, we have a period where persons have a greater demand for money and they want to increase their earnings. And this is where you see more of these schemes coming to light. And therefore, we're saying to you, if these schemes, you're aware of these schemes, we have a new mobile application called Investor Protection Application. You can send any audio, video, or text messages, documents to us anonymously, and we will follow up on looking into these schemes.
Yeah. Well, let's transition to that. You have a new app you were saying that's out. How does the app work?
Well, it's really easy. You download the app via the Google or Apple Play Store.
Right.
And you, well, fantastic, it's online.
Yeah, so, I think we're seeing it on the screen here.
You download the app via the Google or Apple Play Store, and you go to the feature called Report a Scam, and then you can download any audio, video, text, any document that you may have anonymously to the SEC, and we will take it from there.
Anonymously, you said? It would not be traced?
You don't have to give us your name, Kimberly.
Yes.
Just send us the information.
Yes. Okay, so now if it is the Securities Commission, they do their investigation, this person is found to be guilty of it, what sort of penalties are attached to these sort of things?
Well, since it's now a criminal offense, we would conduct first an investigation into whether the characteristics or features of a Ponzi or pyramid scheme are to be found. And if they're to be found, we normally refer the matter to the DPP's office because they'll handle criminal proceedings on our behalf. But what is happening is that if you operate a scheme, the law now states that you're liable to a fine of $10 million or 10 years imprisonment. If you knowingly advertise the scheme, you're liable to 3 years imprisonment and $5 million. And if you participate in the scheme, $3 million and $5 million and 3 years in prison. And if you advertise the scheme, I think it's 2 years imprisonment and 2 years imprisonment and $2 million. I think are the fine and the imprisonment term.
So just to ensure, to actually confirm, if you are convicted, $10 million or 10 years imprisonment, right?
For operating the scheme.
If you participate in it, it's $5 million.
$5 million and 3 years, no, $5 million and 5 years in jail.
Right, and if you advertise it?
It is $3 million and 2 years in jail.
Wow, okay. And,
it is O.
Oh, right.
I think you have to understand that what the law is seeking to prevent are persons being caught in these investment fraud. It is a deterrent. It is not intended to punish.
Yes.
But we have to guard and ensure as the regulator that person's savings, their life savings are protected. And that is what we're here for, to
my
protect the investor.
My question is why now? Because I saw the press release that the Commission would have sent out in terms of the change to the Act. So tell us about the change, and why did you think now was the best time to implement that change?
Well, it should have happened years ago. And we are faced with permanent Ponzi schemes now. This is not a new creature.
Yeah.
This has been here for quite some time. And the law took some time to catch up. It is difficult to catch individuals where you're not clear as to where does this fall exactly. It's not an investment, so we can't act. An investment has particular features. It must be a bond, a mutual fund, a stock. Those things are registered with the SEC.
Yeah.
We can't treat with these types of schemes. The law wasn't designed for that. We have now designed the law to allow for these things to be captured under the law. So now we can protect individuals. And
the change is just the consequences to either participating or advertising, or are there more changes that came with that amendment?
No, that is specific. Well, the Act in itself treated all types of investments.
Right.
These are not deemed to be investments. they're deemed to be something else. And so therefore law sought to determine how do we address these new creatures that seek to exploit and take away your earnings, your life savings, the benefit of your money. And so therefore we recognize over the years that there was a problem. It kind of mushroomed at some point, as it normally would do. And we had to take decisive action. And so therefore the government intervened and amended our act to allow for us to now address in a particular way these types of scams. And it's a good thing for the country. It's a very good thing for the country. Because now it is that if you see these things coming to you, and you have a question about it, where do you turn? You can turn to the TTSCC, and we'll assist you, we'll address the issue, and we'll give you feedback once you want us to give you feedback. That is, once you tell us who you are. Otherwise, we do it anonymously.
Now, at the height of the pandemic, we were seeing these pyramid and Ponzi type schemes. So now that the act has been changed and we have the amendment in terms of convicting people, the SEC can now apply these fines. So before that, there was nothing to say. Because this pyramid scheme is happening, this person can be charged?
It was difficult. Because it wasn't, we treat only with investments as a regulator. We treat with investments, which the law seeks to capture. It did not seek, the law in the past did not address these particular creatures. It is now doing that. In the pandemic, what you saw, there were persons who were very vulnerable, susceptible to these kind of schemes. Persons were losing their jobs, suffering, reducing their income and their earning. And how do they therefore seek to maintain and sustain their livelihoods? And these schemes mushroomed. And they happen a lot online, via chat groups.
Yes.
And so therefore you are at home 24/7 on your phone because you're in a lockdown, you're not working anywhere, you've suffered serious loss of income, and you're trying to find ways of being able to sustain yourself. And these offers come to you, seem like manna from heaven, so to speak. And you fall for it, become a victim of it, and you lose all entire earnings. And so therefore we are saying, the law is now saying, in fact, that notwithstanding that you may fall victim to this scam because you're vulnerable, we are here to protect you. So we can give you either some form of, you can actually perhaps restitution. The person who collected or tricked you of your money can restore to you, or something satisfactory to you in terms of the person being found guilty and being sent to prison.
But now that you have the law, the pyramid and Ponzi schemes that would have existed then, can you bring that person to the SEC to be charged?
Well, if it is that you have evidence, for instance, since we made known the law, which actually was passed in December of last year, since we have made known the law public, we have had people walking into us. So you're going to want to verify whether what they are operating falls within the law. We have to now look into that and see whether it does fall within the law, whether it is a legitimate investment, so to speak. We have persons calling us about things they were involved themselves in 2 years ago, a year ago.
And if you do the investigation and the person is found guilty, you can charge, although it happened before the act was changed?
Well, what we will do, it is, that's a question which I'll leave the lawyers to address. I'm not sure whether you can retroactively act on it. I'm not certain with that.
Because I know some people who have their slips, which is why I'm asking. And they're like, listen, I'm listening to this conversation now. Can I come into the SEC and make a complaint?
That's a very interesting question. I'm going to get back to you on that because I'm going to speak authoritatively.
But you know what we'll do? If you can share the website, so at least if it is they want more information, they can go to the website.
Actually, they can. Our website is, as I said, even if you can easily search TTSCC, but nonetheless, ttscc.org.tt, you go there, the act is there, the law is there, all our press releases are there, and again, we have a website dedicated solely for persons like you who want to learn more about investing, who are interested in investing. We want you to go to the SEC. That is what we are here for. That is we are your first point of reference, and let me reiterate, anything that sounds so good to be true, it usually is. And so therefore, conduct all your checks. You are the one responsible for your money. You understand? So therefore, you must ensure your money is protected. Only you can do that. Only when they come to us can we afford to protect you. Otherwise, it is solely up to you.
And before you leave,
it is your obligation.
I want you to confirm. Tell us again, what are the elements we need to look for if it is we suspect something is a pyramid or Ponzi scheme? I just want people to understand exactly the difference between that and Susu. Because people are going to walk away saying, but I run a Susu. One is a Ponzi scheme.
Okay, the clear distinctions are these. The Ponzi scheme is built primarily on new persons coming in. That's how you earn your income. You must recruit individuals. A Ponzi scheme is also designed to allow you to purchase a particular financial product or financial training in order to gain entry. It relies exclusively on you bringing in persons to earn an income. So you bring in individuals, you recruit individuals, and those individuals bringing you income, and based on that, you are able, well, that is what it sells you, you're able to get this big payout. As Susu is distinct and unique, it is only what you put in is what you get out. There is no interest. There is no burden for you to carry to bring in individuals, solely based on what you put into this pool of funds, in this pool of money. There is nothing else. In a place, okay, I have to bring in a Yanko, I have to bring in workers. No, you don't. You put in $100, you take out $100, or perhaps $95.
Yes.
You must pay the house.
And then finally, so a Ponzi scheme doesn't always have to be something monetary. Because I know, like, for example, let's say somebody's launching a drink or they're launching a product. And so the more you bring in, the more discount you can get. Money has to pass. Yeah.
There is money. That's why I said to you, for the multi-level marketing schemes that offer you, you have to purchase this financial product or purchase financial training. That's money passing.
Right.
For you to earn money, you must again bring in more individuals for you to earn any money. So money must pass. So therefore, there's always that is a key feature of a Ponzi scheme. Again, bring in people. Like if I say to you, I have this amazing new scheme. I'm Raucus, Ayanka, and Kim. You know, come in, but when they come in, I want you to bring 2 individuals.
Yes.
And the more persons you bring, the pyramid gets bigger and bigger and heavier and heavier. And those at the top benefit the most. And those at the bottom are the ones who suffer a loss.
Yes.
So anytime they come to these kind of schemes and scams, tell them to go away from you.
From Ellen's mouth, go away from me.
and then the next thing you do is that you reach for your TTSEC mobile application.
Yes.
And you send us all the information that you have, and we will take it from there.
And remind us one more time, website.
TTSEC.org.tt, investigatettt.com, and of course, very important for this particular type of arrangement, we want you to send us information via the TTSEC Investor Protection application. It is anonymous. Send us all the information that you have, and we will act accordingly.
And the app is free on Play Store and Apple?
Everything that we offer to the public is free.
Good.
All the advice is free. All the tools are free. We are here to serve the people.
Good. Well, Ellen, thank you so much for coming in. I think it was a very, very comprehensive conversation. I will be checking on that retroactive complaint to see if we can make it.
Before you sign off, did you download the app?
I did download the app, yes.
Can we show the public to make sure
I don't know if our camera guys can get it.
I just want to put that you actually did download the application before we leave.
Helen is putting me to the test. I don't know if anybody can capture it right now, but Helen, as you can see, there it is on my phone. There is the app. So I did download. So anybody who's coming to me, listen, I can complain, okay? I can anonymously report you. I did download the app. But Ellen, let me thank you so much for coming in and just sharing the information. I'm sure you're going to be getting a lot more complaints, a lot more calls, and that's what we need, people to come forward with these type of pyramid and Ponzi schemes. So thank you so much for all the information.
Thank you so much, Kim, for having me.